Welcome back to the show. Give you all the NFL news you need to know about. This first news story: Bruce Arians on coaching future. Cardinals coach Bruce Arians recently revealed that he had surgery to remove a cancerous piece of his kidney. 5 months later, he says that he's, quote, feeling great, and retirement is not in the forefront of his mind. That's really sad news. Obviously, Bruce Arians, one of the best coaches in the NFL. He's a mastermind. And when people call, coaches a quarterback whisperer, he's literally a quarterback whisperer. When you look at some of the quarterbacks he's coached and developed throughout his career, Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, and the list goes on and on with him. Obviously, he changed Carson Palmer's career. A lot of people, credit that to the shoulder surgery that Carson had, but I credit a lot of that to Bruce Arians. Obviously, he went to Arizona and completely changed the culture, and made them a consistent NFC powerhouse. When they had Kurt Warner and Larry Fitzgerald, they weren't the same. They weren't consistent like this team is. He really, truly changed the Arizona Cardinals culture, and he doesn't get enough credit for that. And he's one of the best coaches in the league. He's one of the funniest personalities in the NFL, and I hope he gets well soon. And it's great that he can be on the sidelines for the 2017 season. This next report: Redskins and Kirk Cousins okay with the one-year deal. Barring something unforeseen, Redskins quarterback Kirk Cousins will play out the 2017 season on his one-year tender. That's just fine with both Kirk Cousins and the team. Ian Rappaport reports of NFL.com. The Redskins, of course, have put themselves in a tough position by not signing Cousins to a more reasonable deal when they had the chance in 2018. Cousins could become the best quarterback to reach the open market in recent memory. And the only way the Redskins can stop him is by applying the $28 million transition tag on him, or a third consecutive franchise tag, which would cost them $34 million. So this is a whole conundrum. It's a whole rigmarole. Nobody knows. I have no idea why they didn't lock him up before the Derek Carr deal. They just have the Redskins continue to make this worse for themselves and really continue to price Kirk Cousins just right out of Washington. It just continues to get worse and worse for them. They had a chance to put him under a long-term contract last year in the 2015-2016 offseason, and they didn't do it. They're just not sold on Kirk Cousins. Jay Gruden has done a great job with him. Obviously, the talent around him, I think, has been downgraded. Losing Pierre Garçon, losing Deshaun Jackson, I think those are big hits to that offense. It's going to be interesting to see if Terrell Pryor and Josh Doxson can step up and be those weapons on the outside. He still has Jordan Reed, and Jay Gruden is still a really good offensive coordinator. But I think Kirk Cousins is a franchise quarterback. Obviously, some of the gripes throughout of his career is, can he get it done in the fourth quarter? He's had a lot of fourth quarter last-minute drive turnovers in his career, and that's been kind of the knock on Kirk Cousins. But he's also played with a terrible defense, and I think he's put up great numbers throughout his career. I think any NFL team that doesn't have a quarterback right now would literally massacre a town to get Kirk Cousins, because I think he is a franchise quarterback. So it's interesting. The Redskins keep making it worse for themselves. They should have locked him up a long time ago, and it just keeps going and keeps going. This next report is on LeVeon Bell and his contract situation. Steelers running back LeVeon Bell has reason to get a deal done rather than play the year out. Jason Fitzgerald of Over the Cap writes, in the case of quarterback Kirk Cousins, he knows that a better offer will be coming his way next year. For Bell, however, the risk of an injury is too big, that he probably has to consider any deal that gives him more than $9 million a year. That's crazy to me. Le'Veon Bell and this whole contract situation, obviously the Steelers are hesitant to give him a long-term deal and give him in a long-term contract. But he is a superstar caliber running back, and the reason they are hesitant to do that is the injury history with him and the suspensions. Can he stay on the football field? Can he consistently stay on the football field for years to come? So they are hesitant to give him that deal. But Le'Veon Bell is the heart and soul of that Pittsburgh Steelers offense. I think everything really starts with him and ends with him. And I know the running back market is really, really murky right now. Nobody really knows the standard of today's running back and how valuable that is. And I think Le'Veon Bell is a modern day running back, in the sense that he can get it done on the ground. He's got his own style. He's one of the best running backs I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the way he runs the football is so fun to watch. He's electrifying when it comes to that. But he's also a high-level elite, probably second to only David Johnson in the NFL in terms of a receiving threat out of the backfield. So he is a new age running back in that sense as well. I mean, he just stacks up yards from scrimmage. So people underrate today's running back. We saw Jay Ajayi from my Miami Dolphins have a great season last year. We saw David Johnson dominate the NFL and should have won Offensive Player of the Year, in my opinion, and he was an MVP candidate. And then you saw LeVeon Bell do the same thing. So I think running backs are still a very, very important part of any NFL offense. When you look at Zeke Elliott and what he was able to do in Dallas, when you look at people who've won the Super Bowl over the last few years, the running backs were dominant. I mean, the Patriots' LeGarrette Blount led the NFL in rushing touchdowns with, I think 17. So you still need a running back to win a Super Bowl. So I think Le'Veon Bell deserves all the money he needs. Keep the killer bees together with Big Ben, Antonio Brown, on Le'Veon Bell. So that is going to be it, guys. That has been your NFL news update. We go through all the NFL news you need to know about throughout the week in case you missed it. And I am Skags1383, and I will see you guys in the next one.